Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, so I think some of you guys are going to probably be a little bit confused by the title. And I just want to state it and make it clear, I am not a Trump supporter, but I am afraid of what will happen if something were to happen to this man, alright? Now, the reason why I say that is because look at how strong that fan base is, right? Now, that's one thing that I have heard amongst people is that, they believe that Trump will get assassinated. And that's something where I'm like, at first, you hear about it and you're like, man, I ain't even gonna believe that. I'm not gonna, because I just feel like that man's just, he got way too much protection in this world where something like that could happen. And if it did happen, it would have had to been an inside job. There's no way possible that could have just randomly happens. Like he just randomly gets assassinated. But one day I was sitting down and I was thinking about it. And this was after the fact, his fans, his supporters had attacked the Capitol. And I started thinking about it and I was like, if that man was assassinated, America security would have to bump up so much in America, because I just know for a fact that his supporters, they would tear this country apart. They would tear this country apart, bro. We thought Black Lives Matter protests and all that stuff, like that was an issue. Bro, I guarantee and I promise you, if Trump supporters, if breaking, okay, let's just say, worst case scenario, all right? Because I wouldn't want, death to happen to anybody. Like, yeah, Trump probably is going to go down in history as one of the most craziest and, just messed up, jacked up, like one of the worst presidents of all time, all right? He's going to definitely go down in the history for that. But let's just say, we all wake up one morning, right? Trump, he's doing his rally, he's doing his thing and all that stuff, trying to get people all riled up. All of a sudden, this man is gone. Dead, gone. Supporters are like, what happened? What's going on? And freaking, if the guy doesn't even get caught, nobody, then that really just shows me that that's an inside job. Because I feel like even for a former president, they still have to have some sort of security when they go places and things. So, but anyways, let's just say that did happen, right? Whether the guy gets caught or not, but let's just say that happened. You know that there's going to be a bunch of Democrats where they don't care. They're not going to care. They have hatred in their heart towards Trump. Maybe some of them will go out and say, prayers out to the Trump family and all that stuff. But Democrats, they're going to get hate. All right, they are 100% going to get hate. So Democrats, they're going to have to probably lay low for a little bit, and security is really going to be bumped up for them. And then there's probably going to be people where they're like, oh no, they take away whoever it was that killed Trump. Now we got to seek out revenge. We got to take out the people that they care for. So now, yeah, Democrats, I'm going to have to say their security is going to have to be at an all-time high. Like that Nancy Pelosi, freaking Joe Biden, Barack Obama, all those guys, all of them, they're gonna have to literally won't be able to leave their house. And they're gonna probably have soldiers just all out in front of their house. People are gonna be all out and rioting, protesting, probably throwing stuff. So and them soldiers are most likely gonna have to shoot. There's gonna be a lot. I feel like after the fact that Trump, he if let's just say that was the case where he would get assassinated, Trump supporters, they're gonna most likely end up getting themselves killed too. Because I truly do feel like that they're gonna put them. I mean, look at what happened at the Capitol. Like, let's just sit down and talk about that for those that didn't get a chance to see that stuff happen, or let's just say you're in a different country and you didn't really know about that and things. So yeah, Trump is upset over the fact that, he wasn't going to be president, for the next 4 years. So he tells his supporters to go storm the Capitol and just, cause hell over there. Just go crazy and things, right? So anyways, they go over there, and I don't know if it was two or if it was just the one, but I know a lot of them did get hurt. All right. A lot of them are getting arrested. And the one that really tripped me out was that a supporter was shot and killed. Now, the thing is that, I know a lot of people will look at that and be like, well, she put herself in that situation, all that other stuff. Yeah, but a part of me, I truly do feel bad for her, because I think that was something, like, she was misled. All right, I'm just going to say that right now. She was misled. Trump's words had got to her. And she, at that point, thought she was invincible. She thought, okay, because I made it into the Capitol, there's nothing that can happen to me. I can go and get in that cop's face, yell at him, push him, throw stuff at him, all that stuff, fight him, beat him, and all that. She was not expecting one of those cops to shoot and kill her. And I saw the video, and I truly do feel sorry for that woman. I feel like watching that video, and then you see like how she's reacting afterwards, you can see immediately right there that she regret doing what she did, because she knew at that point she was gonna die. And she probably was shocked over the fact that she didn't expect to go out like that. She probably didn't think, because of all the people that are there, nothing is gonna happen to her. And so all of a sudden, she jumped up on like this door part. And yeah, cop shot and killed her. And yeah, you could just immediately see in her face. I think you could really just see in her face that she regret doing what she did. Like she was probably like, because I guarantee and I promise you, if she would have survived that, she most likely would have stopped being a Trump supporter. I guarantee and I promise you, something like that, where it's like your life is, and there was probably people that was there that overall, yeah, they stopped supporting Trump. They're all like, hey, yo, Trump could have got us killed. Because honestly, think about how that situation could have went down, where Joe Biden, he goes out, or just somebody, somebody just goes out and say, they're like, hey, these guys are making their way into the Capitol, kill them. Imagine that bloodshed. Like that would honestly be insane. But I truly do believe that if Trump was assassinated, that bloodshed that could have happened that day is going to happen every other day. It is going to happen, if not every other day, every day. Because I guarantee and I promise you, Trump supporters are going to go crazy. All right. And the thing is this, like, me and my mom, we debate each other a lot. Like, when we talk on certain things, we like to debate each other, and sometimes I'm right on stuff, sometimes she's right on stuff. But I remember when I had told her that, because, she was one of those people where it was like, he needs to be careful. She would say that Trump needs to be careful, because we're, again, not Trump supporters, but we are caring people. All right. We are good, caring, Christian people. And regardless of how bad and evil they are, like we said, we wouldn't want, like, we ain't gonna wish death upon nobody and things. And so, she would say that. She would say that, he needs to be careful, because he's gonna mess around and put himself in a situation where he gets assassinated and stuff. And so I told her that, and I remember like just that look in my mom's face after I told her that, because she truly did believe what I had said. That was something where it was like you couldn't argue with it, because I mean, look, the thing is this, like, when I see how Trump supporters act, like, there's some Trump supporters where they're, they go out in public and they're calm, cool, collected people. There's probably Trump supporters that we are friends with and we don't even know, because they're just calm, cool, collected people. They just so happen to like Trump. But the reason why I say that is because, no, like, there have been times, like, where I've had interactions with Trump supporters and they've been chill people, so I don't know, maybe they were trying to recruit me or something. But anyways, that ship has sailed. But anyways, but no, like, like there's been times. I remember there was a time when I was at the mall and a Trump supporter, he held the door open for me, smiled all in my face and stuff. I smiled back. I nodded my head. I gave him like that universal head nod. But yeah, it was one of those things. I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna be acting all crazy and wild towards him and stuff. But the times where I have seen Trump supporters act crazy and wild, I never forget. There was a time while I was going to the store and these Trump supporters were literally slowing down traffic, honking all out their windows, talking about Trump 2020, swinging flags and all that stuff, just all out in the streets, bruh. All out in the streets, literally giving people a reason to get upset. Because even with that particular situation, like Trump and Trump supporters, they honestly do believe that they are invincible. I truly do believe that. Because, I mean, look at the Capitol. And then with that interaction that I had with Trump supporters, I mean, it was like, I wasn't tripping about it, that they were all out in the streets just acting wild, slowing down traffic and all that stuff. But a part of me was like, these guys are crazy. Like, seriously, these guys are wild for doing that. But thing is, though, it's like I was saying, these guys truly do believe that they're invincible, that they could just go out in public, just do things, and there's no consequences behind it. So that's why I truly do believe that if something were to happen to this man, Trump supporters, of course, that invincible mentality, that invincible mindset, that's going to take full effect. These guys are going to start arming themselves. They're going to start just going all out and about, just acting crazy. Government buildings, I had to say government buildings are going to have to evacuate. Anything government related, they're going to have to evacuate. Because I guarantee and I promise you, a lot of Trump supporters, that like if they went to the Capitol and went crazy, I could just only imagine any building that has like a government title or just any of like that, those type of relations to like the White House, the president, all that stuff, just any of that, just any government building, they're going to have to evacuate. Because that's going to be something where it's like, hey, yo, like it's going to get scary. And I had to say, until like somebody that, is like Trump gets into office, that I had to say that'll probably be the only time when Trump supporters, like, they kind of just chill and they calm down. But that's the thing, though. Who knows if that'll happen? Who knows? Like, that's the thing where I feel like Trump supporters are so radical, like, they don't really care anymore at some point. They get to a point where they are careless. Where they're like, look, somebody can jump in and be all like, I'm going to keep Trump's message alive, and all that stuff. And I feel like that's just going to rile them up even more. That's just going to cause them to go even more crazy. Because they're going to be all like, oh, no, well, we got to showcase how we... And then it's like on top of that, like, let's say that they do catch the guy, right? That, let's say if that was the case, but let's say they do catch the guy that if he did assassinate Trump, and they find him not guilty. Oh my God. Oh my, or even if let's just say that worst case scenario, they find this man not guilty. If there are any, they're going to have to hold like a private, case thing. Because they are not going to have to be, and then it's going to have to be left up to the judge. Because I feel like jurors, you don't really know if they voted for Trump or not. So like, I feel like it's going to have to be one of those things where it's like, is left up to the judge. And if it's left up to the judge, and let's just say like, oh yeah, it was that person, but there wasn't, due to a lack of evidence, we can't convict them, so they were found not guilty. Oh, Trump supporters, again, like I said, we thought that Black Lives Matter protest back in 2020 was a wild thing, or even what's the Rodney King riots. What other, you can name any riot in just all history, maybe not all, but at least in American history, you can name any riot, bro, any riot. I guarantee and I promise you, Trump supporters are going to bring it, and it is going to be a scary situation. And then I feel like on top of that, Trump supporters going crazy and all that stuff, and then just really causing United States security, whether it's the military or some Secret Service guys, whoever, whatever. I feel like it's gonna get so crazy that other countries are gonna try to take advantage of that. And then maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of just being one of them conspiracy theorist people where I'm just talking crazy, but I do feel like that other countries, they will try to take advantage of that stuff. So that's why I'm saying to Trump supporters, y'all got to understand that you guys are not invincible, okay? You are human. You bleed blood just like everybody else that is not a Trump supporter, all right? Just because this man's words done got to your head and you feel like, oh, well, I'm unstoppable. I'm powerful. I'm this. You are not, all right? And then talking to Trump, highly doubt Trump will ever hear this, but talking to Trump, you got to stop, okay? It gets to a point in time where you have to just stop, all right? So, yeah, I started thinking about that, and I had to say, like, I did have, like, a little bit of fear run through my body because I'm like, man, if some stuff were to go down, that's it. I'm like, it's over with, bruh. I'm all like, best of luck to everybody, but you best believe I'm not going to be going out and about, freaking doing nothing. I'm chilling, okay, in the house, relaxing. I ain't fooling with nobody. I ain't going to start nothing with nobody. I am chilling, all right? So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. I ain't going to do no promo stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.